G'day legends, Ernest here.
And Dimitri. Welcome to Decoded, a Veryfi podcast where AI meets real-world impact. Each episode, Jeannie and Mark take the ideas behind our latest blogs and turn them into fast, fun conversations about automation, data, and the future of work.
So from killing manual processes to unlocking smarter workflows, this is where tech gets practical. Let's get to it.
Imagine for a second that you just hired 3 new interns.
Okay.
But these aren't your typical interns. They read faster than humanly possible. They never get bored with the most mind-numbing repetitive work.
Sounds like a dream.
Right. And maybe best of all, they never mysteriously disappear to get coffee when you desperately need context pulled from like 5 different platforms right before a massive client meeting.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Now, what if I told you that recruiting, hiring, and fully setting up these flawless interns took you less than a single afternoon?
I mean, it sounds like pure science fiction or, at least one of those massive exaggerations you hear from a tech startup trying to secure funding.
It really does.
But we're looking at hard data from February 2026. Over 100,000 users have already granted OpenClaw individual access to their systems.
Wow.
Yeah, they are essentially spinning up 24/7 personal assistants that operate continuously, well beyond any standard 9-to-5 schedule.
And that is the exact mission of our deep dive today. We are exploring the rapid evolution of AI from those clunky, generic chatbots we all messed around with a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, the ones that barely worked.
Exactly. We're looking at how they evolved into specialized, highly capable digital employees. To do this, we're pulling from a fascinating stack of articles and documentation from Veryfi. They've detailed their own incredibly successful rollout of OpenClaw bots, along with a brand new Veryfi skill on ClawHub.
Which is super interesting.
It really is. We're going to break down exactly how these bots are completely transforming daily tasks for sales, marketing, and support teams. And most importantly for you listening, we're going to demonstrate the surprising ease and the critical importance of setting up your own bot assistant.
So to really grasp how these bots change the landscape of a daily workflow, we first have to recognize a fundamental shift in the onboarding mindset.
Right.
You don't plug an OpenClaw bot in the way you install a new software tool. You onboard them as actual team members.
I love the phrase Veryfi uses in the source material. They call them internet interns.
Yeah.
Their entire job description is just doing the boring parts. Digging through server logs, pulling context across a dozen tools, summarizing data patterns, drafting notes.
The heavy lifting.
Exactly. The goal isn't to replace human judgment. It's to drastically reduce the cost in time and energy of reaching that human judgment. And the setup time is shockingly fast. You can go from having absolutely nothing to having a highly useful digital team member in less than a day.
And that speed is directly tied to how the bot's identity and operational parameters are defined. You don't have to code an entire personality from scratch.
Right, because that would take forever.
Exactly. Every single bot gets a name and a persona, but it relies on a very specific configuration file called a SOUL.md file.
A SOUL file.
Yeah, think of this as the bot's core operating system for behavior. It dictates identity, communication style, what metrics it should optimize for, and most crucially, strict rules on what it is absolutely not allowed to do.
Okay, let's unpack this because I want to make sure I understand the mechanism here.
Sure.
It's like handing the keys to a teenager. You don't just give them a Ferrari without strict ground rules. But how does a simple text file actually control a highly complex AI?
Well, it works because of the nature of large language models. When you give the LLM its initial prompt through the OpenClaw framework, the SOUL.md file acts like a master system prompt that overrides everything else.
Oh, I see.
It's like handing a character sheet to a deeply committed method actor. If the character sheet says, "You are the marketing intern, you are concise, you never use corporate jargon." Rule 1, you must never finalize a Google Ads budget over $500 without pinging Dave in Slack.
Right.
The model physically cannot break that character. It processes every single user request through the filter of those rules.
That makes total sense. And they pair that SOUL file with a skill.md file, right? Which essentially tells the actor how to use the props. It defines exactly how to use specific software tools, what a good outcome looks like, and what requests it should flat out refuse to process.
Correct. You establish the boundaries, and then you give them the tools to operate within those boundaries.
I have to push back a little here, though.
Go for it.
Setting up an AI in under a day sounds great for efficiency, but giving an AI free rein across company data sounds like a massive security nightmare.
Oh, absolutely.
If it's reading all my internal Slack messages and customer data, I'm terrified of what it might accidentally delete or worse, leak to an external model.
And what's fascinating here is that is the exact fear Veryfi had to address before rolling this out.
Right.
Because if you don't put structural boundaries in place, you haven't built an assistant. You've just created an extremely efficient way to do something extremely stupid. So they implemented heavy network-level restrictions. These bots run in a locked-down environment entirely behind a corporate firewall. And crucially, all of this is self-hosted in Veryfi's own Santa Clara data center.
Oh, so it's localized.
Completely. They're not sending your sensitive company data out to OpenAI or Gemini APIs where it could be used for training. The raw data stays inside their own localized environment end to end.
Okay, that definitely alleviates the fear of our private data training a public model.
Yeah.
But wait, if it's operating inside my local network, what stops it from poking around where it shouldn't? Read-only access is great, but what if my digital intern decides to read the CEO's payroll folder on the shared drive?
Right. How do you silo internal knowledge?
Exactly.
That's a great question, and it comes down to explicit pathing. By default, the bots have zero access to the broader network. You have to explicitly grant them access to scope directories on a local network-attached storage drive.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so if you don't map the payroll folder to the bot's specific directory, the bot literally doesn't know the folder exists. Furthermore, they give these bots fresh Gmail accounts that aren't tied to the core corporate domain.
Ah, so humans can share specific Google Docs or Sheets with the bot's email address without tangling the bot up in the company's master administrative permissions.
Precisely. It keeps a clean firewall between human administrative power and bot access. And to ensure total transparency, all their primary communication happens out in the open in a dedicated Slack channel.
Not in private messages?
No, the bot isn't scheming in hidden DMs. The whole team can monitor its thought process and actions in real time.
Which perfectly sets up how these bots are actually performing in daily operations. Because Veryfi established these tight guardrails, they felt confident deploying 3 distinct bots to their core departments.
Right. Sales, marketing, and customer support.
Exactly. And instead of just listing out their tasks, let's look at how they work together by walking through a hypothetical scenario.
Let's do it.
Let's say a new lead, Acme Corp, is starting to show interest in the product. How do the bots handle this?
It all starts with the daily rhythm. Every morning, the sales bot, the marketing bot, and the support bot have their own morning stand-up in a shared Slack channel.
Wait, the bots have a stand-up together?
Yeah. They post what happened yesterday, what they learned, and what matters today. That cross-pollination is where the magic happens.
That's wild. Okay, let's follow Acme Corp through that cross-pollination. The marketing bot is constantly running social listening and analytics, right?
Yes. The marketing bot analyzes trending keywords, Google Analytics, and monitors platforms like LinkedIn, X, and Reddit.
Okay.
So let's say it spots a thread on Reddit where engineers at Acme Corp are complaining about how hard it is to extract data from receipts. The bot correlates that Reddit chatter with a sudden spike in visits to Veryfi's landing pages from IP addresses associated with Acme Corp.
Oh, wow.
It also runs a GEO audit and pinpoints exactly where those leads are spending time on the site and where they are dropping off the funnel.
So the marketing bot flags Acme Corp as a hot prospect in the morning stand-up.
Exactly.
Now the sales bot takes over. The source material mentions the sales bot pulls nightly data from Gong, Salesforce, and Meticulate to update a shared vector database.
Right.
Before we go further, we need to explain what those tools actually are, and more importantly, what a vector database is doing here.
Absolutely. So Gong is a conversational intelligence tool. It essentially records, transcribes, and analyzes sales calls.
Okay.
Meticulate is an AI tool used for deep, automated company research. And Salesforce is, of course, the standard CRM. Now, a standard database organizes information like a filing cabinet. You have to search for an exact keyword to find the file.
Right.
A vector database, however, works much more like human memory. It organizes data spatially based on conceptual meaning.
So instead of just looking for the exact phrase Acme Corp, it understands the concept of Acme Corp's problem.
Exactly. If the sales bot queries the vector database for Acme Corp friction points, it doesn't just pull up a file named Acme. It pulls the Reddit post the marketing bot found, cross-references it with a Gong transcript where a different Acme employee casually mentioned a bug 6 months ago, and pulls the relevant Salesforce notes.
All together.
Yeah, it groups them because they are conceptually related.
That is incredibly powerful. So When the human account executive gets ready to call Acme Corp, they don't spend an hour searching through Salesforce tabs.
No, not at all.
They just direct message the sales bot. And because of that vector database, the bot instantly provides a clean brief. Here's how they found us, here's what they complained about on Reddit, and here is their prior history with our company.
Yes.
It's a research assistant that has actually read every single piece of collateral.
And the loop closes with the support bot. Let's say Acme Corp signs up and starts onboarding. Every night, the support bot monitors Jira, which is an issue tracking software, and customer communications in Slack. But it goes beyond just counting the number of support tickets. It correlates soft signals with hard signals.
Break that down for me. What does correlating soft and hard signals actually look like in practice?
A soft signal is qualitative. For example, the bot reads a Slack message from an Acme Corp engineer and uses natural language processing to determine the tone is highly frustrated and the urgency is critical.
Got it.
A hard signal is quantitative data from the system logs, like API latency. Latency is just the delay before a server responds.
So the bot sees a 400 millisecond latency spike at exactly 2:00 p.m. in the server logs, and simultaneously reads that frustrated Slack message from the Acme engineer timestamped at 2:01 p.m. saying, "Why is this timing out?"
That's the exact mechanism. It matches the timestamps, connects the frustrated tone to the API delay, and automatically suggests a new Jira ticket for the engineering team, complete with the specific steps to reproduce the bug based on the user's logs.
Here's where it gets really interesting for anyone listening who works in a modern, screen-heavy environment. The ultimate outcome of this setup isn't just that a bot did a few tasks. It is the total elimination of what they call the context tax.
The context tax, yes.
I have a personal anecdote for this. Last month, I had a massive call. I spent 45 minutes hunting through 12 different browser tabs, got locked out of the CRM because I forgot a password, and by the time I finally gathered enough context to start prepping for the call, I was already stressed and exhausted.
Oh, we've all been there.
That is the context tax. These bots completely wipe that out. You just ask your data a question in Slack, and you get the cohesive story back.
And this raises an important question about the difference between human and machine perspectives. Humans, by the sheer limitation of our attention spans, see work sequentially.
Right.
A human customer support rep sees tickets one at a time in a queue. But the bots, they see the entire shape of the data all at once.
Right, because of that shared vector database and the daily cross-pollination. But let's look at the failure states. What happens if the bot hallucinates? What if it connects a dot that isn't actually there, like assuming an API latency spike caused a user's frustration when the user was actually just complaining about a typo in the documentation?
That's why the human-in-the-loop design we discussed earlier is so critical. The bots do not have right access to production systems.
Okay.
They can only propose the Jira ticket or suggest the marketing pivot. The human manager reviews the bot's logic, catches the hallucination if there is one, and makes the final call. The bot does the heavy lifting of gathering the context, but the human retains the executive judgment.
Okay, so the workflow makes sense, but how do these bots actually perform these diverse tasks on a technical level?
Right.
Because you can't just tell a generic AI, hey, go do some SEO marketing, and expect it to automatically know how to pull Google Analytics or navigate a web browser.
That brings us back to the intern analogy. When you hire an intern fresh out of college, they might be smart, but they don't know how to use your specific software. You have to introduce them to specific skill sets. In this architecture, that is where the OpenClaw ecosystem comes in. It allows you to install various modular skills, giving the bot the literal tools it needs to interact with the digital world.
The source material lists some fascinating examples. There's Agent Mail, which gives the bot a programmable inbox so it can handle signups or process email attachments autonomously. Then there's Playwright MCP. I want to highlight this one because it sounds wild. From what I understand, Playwright enables full browser automation.
It does.
So the bot isn't just reading code, it's basically a ghost in the machine, opening a literal web browser, moving the cursor, clicking buttons, and filling out forms just like a human would.
Functionally, yes.
Yes.
It interacts with the document object model of the web page, allowing the bot to navigate sites that don't have clean APIs, scrape data, or test user interfaces automatically.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and they also use automated workflows for scheduling cron jobs, which is just a technical term for a time-based job scheduler. If you want the bot to pull a report every Tuesday at 3 a.m., you set up a cron job skill.
And a massive focus in these documents is the brand new Veryfi skill that was just added to ClawHub.
Yes, this is huge.
This seems like an absolute game changer for anyone dealing with accounts payable, expenses, or bookkeeping. It allows you to upload an image of a receipt, an invoice, or a bank statement directly into WhatsApp or your agent chat, and in seconds, it returns fully structured data.
The mechanism behind this is what makes it so valuable. Think about a crumpled coffee receipt. When you take a photo of it to a computer, it's just a grid of meaningless pixels.
Right, just a picture.
But the Veryfi skill combines advanced computer vision with foundation large language models. The computer vision reads the pixels to recognize the text and its spatial layout, and the LLM understands the context. It knows that the dollar amount next to the word total is different from the dollar amount next to the word tax.
So it extracts the vendor name, the total amount, the date, and even itemizes the line items, turning a messy photo into clean, structured JSON data that can be fed directly into your accounting software. Zero manual data entry, zero copy pasting. And the installation process they outline is incredibly straightforward. You go to ClawHub, sign in with GitHub, get a free Veryfi API key, add it to your OpenClaw configuration file, and test it instantly by dropping a photo into the chat.
It is remarkably simple.
So what does this all mean? If I'm listening to this and I want this level of automation, I desperately want to eliminate my context tax, do I need to install 50 different complex skills right out of the gate to get any value? Because that sounds like it could immediately lead to the exact information overload we are trying to avoid.
It's a very valid concern. The guidance from Veryfi on this is crystal clear. The best skill isn't the most complex one. It is simply the one you use daily.
Okay.
You do not need to boil the ocean on day one. Start with what your specific workflow needs the most. If you or your team spends an hour every single day manually entering invoice data, just install the Veryfi skill.
Makes sense.
Get comfortable with that one single automation. Let your intern master one job before you promote them.
I like that. Start small, build trust with the system.
Exactly. And while it is incredibly easy to set up, there are non-negotiable safety steps you must follow when installing these external skills.
Right, safety first.
Before you grant a bot access to a new service, confirm the data deletion and retention timelines of that service. Always test the skill with non-sensitive dummy documents first until you have verified the security posture.
So, use a fake generated receipt to test the Veryfi skill before you casually upload the company's master bank statement.
Absolutely. Furthermore, use limited scope API keys whenever possible, meaning the key only has permission to do one highly specific task. Monitor your API usage logs for any unauthorized spikes, and absolutely never commit your API keys or passwords to shared repositories or public GitHub pages.
It's basic digital hygiene, really. But when you have an AI assistant running autonomously in the background, those basics become absolutely vital.
100%.
So, to bring this all together for you listening, we are looking at massive, tangible value from adopting this internet intern mindset. By giving an AI a specific role on your team, whether that's sales, marketing, or support, giving it a strict, clear identity with a SOUL.md file, and utilizing targeted modular skills from ClawHub, you can completely transform your daily reality.
You really can.
You can eliminate the exhausting context tax from your routine, and you can realistically get the foundation of the setup running in less than an afternoon.
If we connect all of this to the bigger picture, it highlights a fundamental truth about modern work. Knowledge is only valuable when you actually have the time and energy to apply it.
That is so true.
We all suffer from having far too much data and nowhere near enough time to synthesize it. The takeaway here is that you don't need a massive enterprise IT budget to have a 24/7 personal assistant anymore. You just need to identify the highly repetitive, tab-heavy, context-switching tasks in your day, set incredibly clear operational boundaries, and let a digital agent handle the heavy lifting of gathering the context. That is what these bots ultimately give back to you. Time. Time to actually use your human judgment.
It is a profound shift in how we think about our relationship with software. It's no longer just a passive tool we wield, it's an active teammate we manage.
Exactly.
Which leaves me with a thought I haven't been able to shape since reading through these deployment logs. We've seen these digital employees successfully take over the daily stand-ups and morning reports to summarize the state of the world for us. But as they get better and better at analyzing massive amounts of performance data across every department simultaneously, identifying complex patterns and funnel drop-offs that human managers might miss, how long will it be until human managers are the ones reporting directly to an AI intern that oversees the entire team's strategy? Just imagine having to justify your human intuition to an assistant who literally remembers every single data point from the last 5 years.
That is a deeply unsettling, yet entirely plausible future to navigate.
Something to mull over the next time you ask your digital intern to summarize a meeting for you. Until next time, keep diving deep.
That's it for this episode of Decoded.
Now, if you liked what you heard, obviously hit subscribe and stick with us as we explore what's next in AI, automation, and pretty much everything in between.
Catch you in the next one.